Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. What's going on, guys? Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to you. I gotta tell you, me and Miss Crypto Siege, we went through season 3 of Ozark. It's over. It's a done deal. We went through that in a matter of a couple of days. We said we were going to save it for like 4 days. Yeah, it didn't happen. Did not happen. What's going on in the digital asset space today? All kinds of crazy stuff. Gotta tell you, I felt pretty excited to see some of the top people in the space, top content creators, actually doing some articles or doing some videos on stuff that I had actually found. Usually, it's the other way around. Well, not even usually. 99% of the time is the other way around, so it's pretty cool to see. Shout out to Crypto Eddie. She did a really great job on pointing out the significance of that new potential hire that Ripple is looking to make with the new quote-unquote ODL manager engineer slant engineer or engineering manager with the ODL. She mentioned about that new next generation trading platform. And she believes that it's going to be somehow integrated with the ODL. So we shall see. I didn't get that from that, but we shall soon see. No more 1913 Jekyll Island bankers. What is going on, guys? Good to see you on the stream. The CryptoBloom.com is in the building. What's up, bro? Dubian2 is here. How are you, Dubian2? Awake Lily. What is going on, my friend? Awake Lily. Is that Awake Lily? Is that another woman of crypto? Am I right with that, Lily? Black 1130. What's up, Siege? What's good with you, bro? Good to see you on the stream. The CryptoBloom.com says, I've been following the space for a few years and like your perspective. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that big time. Raymond Headslip is in the building. Good to see you, Raymond. Joey P 4099. I don't think I've seen you here before, man. Good to see you, Joey. Where are you checking in from, Joey? Joey P 4099. Where are you checking in from, bro? Win Mullet is in the building. What's going on, Win Mullet? Was I right, Win Mullet, about the Goldman Sachs and BlackRock actually getting that deal done with the 51% stake in those Chinese banks? Did you look into that further? Leo _Brazil _crypto is in the building. Hi to all of you guys. What's good to see you, Leo. Crypto Delivery, what's going on? What's up, Crypto Siege? Life is great, bro. What's good with you, Crypto Delivery? San Diego. Wow, love San Diego. Is this your first time checking into the stream, Joey? I don't think I've seen you here before. Okay, haven't seen anything to confirm either way. Gotcha. Thank you, Win Mullet. Thank you. I thought I saw somewhere, I don't know if it was a YouTube notification, someone was covering it. Google, I don't know. I thought I saw it though. We'll find out together. I know that. An Anchorman movie quote. Okay, cool. XRP Gal is in the building. What's good, miss? Good to see you on the stream. Yeah, so I wanted to do a video. Crypto Grinders is doing his thing. I wanted to do a video just to kind of talk. I was going to hang out. I was going to do one about old money doesn't want you to win. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but I've actually started putting that now in the thumbnails of my videos. And I was going to talk about that. I may do it later tonight. Don't know yet. But it is certainly a change that's going on in the space without question. Watched Bitcoin Ben quite early this morning. And I thought it was interesting. He was talking about going from the physical dollar to the digital dollar, talking about energy and frequency. Me and Miss Crypto Siege are into that big time energy frequency and all those different things. So it was good to hear from him talk about that, which got me to thinking about, why the the WEF, the IMF, billionaire people talking about going green and doing more green things. And perhaps what it is about them wanting to do things energy wise and understanding that we are going into a new age where labor necessarily will not be the commodity. It won't be labor anymore. It will be energy. And so I've never thought that clean climate and all that stuff was about the planet and all that stuff. It's about them knowing where the business model is going, and attention, like Gary Vee always says, is the new commodity. It is attention. That's why Microsoft is doing what they're doing, in my opinion, with this new cryptocurrency thing. So yeah, very, very crazy. Oh, super chat. Joey P499. Thanks for the $55 super chat, brother. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you being here big time. Tonio Brown is here. We are out here. Good to see you, Tonio. We do have news from South Korea. I'm going to cover the South Korea. Actually, I think I already covered the Santander one. I mean, that was essentially a re-release, I believe, on what they're doing with OnePay FX, I believe. But that South Korea custodying crypto assets, looking to do that platform, is massive because South Korea is such a big player. All of Korea is such a big player in digital assets. Oh yeah, I saw about that. They got like 76,000 volunteers there, right? XRP Gal in New York for what's kind of going on with that stuff there. Got the call from New York State yesterday. They wanted to know if I could work 3 12-hour shifts in a row. Woo. I told him I couldn't do that when I was 40. I couldn't do that when I was 40. Can't do it now without putting myself at risk. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, XRP Gal. What's up, XRP? How was Afghanistan still out there? Whether this with the beer cold, yeah, absolutely. Pray everyone is safe and stay safe. Yeah, we're trying to stay safe, Tony Ouch. And again, thank you so much for all the people out there serving, and just even if it's just abroad in civilian in the civilian capacity. Thanks so much for your service and everything that you guys are doing out there. GeoXRP is in the building. How are you? Gaming Crypto is here. What's up, Gaming Crypto? GeoXRP. I don't know if it's big news or not. I just think the fact that South Korea is looking to, custody digital assets. I think that's pretty significant, given such a role, given the role that they play in the digital assets. The fact that they're looking to do it, and it's the biggest bank, I think is pretty significant, right? So it's South Korea's largest bank launched a crypto custodial service. I think that's massive in a lot of. Listen, we're moving to that space. I also saw about and I'm going to cover Bitwise and what they're looking to do with their index fund, and they're actually looking to open it up to retail investors as well. And here's the thing: when they start doing things like that, and they're going to put 7 to 10 digital assets in their index fund, and you own the digital assets. This is now another financial tool. It's another financial instrument. You own them. You own them. It's going to be really, really massive. And I think it's important to kind of note the ones that the digital assets that people from Grayscale and Bitwise are willing to put into these index funds, or these funds like Grayscale has been doing, these investment trusts. I think that's very, very important to note and understand, because these are the things they're going to be getting out to their clients. And if we own them, it's pretty significant, right? We own them, right? Because again, we're early adopters in this space, and maybe not to the magnitude that Grayscale owns Ethereum Classic or Ethereum or an XRP, but we own them, and the masses don't. That's the key. We can own Ethereum Classic. We can own BTC. We can own XRP, right? The masses don't own them yet. Now, these big institutions are going to get them to purchase their products. But if we own the assets already, we own the assets already, right? So we're in a good spot being early adopters in this new asset class that is the digital asset space. We really, truly are. We really, truly are in a unique space because we can earn stuff early on. Well, who let the bulls out at Crypto Seas? Just made it. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Who let the bulls out? Legendary's in the building. What's going on, Legendary? Did you get a notification, brother? Appreciate you being here. XRP number one, what's up? Evening all, says XRP number one. Yeah, so interesting thing about South Korea, the fact that their largest bank is looking to do it. This is where we're moving. This is the thing. This is where we're moving, and the fact that we're early adopters gives us just a big head start on the masses. It really does. And it does afford us an opportunity to create generational wealth because we do have first movers advantage on our side. And that's just so rare, especially for the average Joe and average Jane. Not only are we able to participate in this new asset class, but we're also able to participate in investing in protocols. That's never been done before. So not only are we first to be able to get into the space, but we're also able to, to be first to invest in the protocol, not just the companies that build on the protocol. So it's a great spot. And I got to tell you, the traditional space is becoming less and less appealing because this is a new asset class. It's going to be in the digital space. And so you got to wonder, they may take their traditional things like an index fund and make it digital assets. But then why would you need to be in a traditional index fund? You get what I'm saying? So we're moving into a completely new financial system without question. And we're blessed to be early in the game. Like you and I know about EOS, right? You and I know about EOS. You and I know about Ethereum Classic and the challenges that they went through and how they've kind of revamped themselves, right? The masses don't know about that. They just don't know. You and I have a pretty good sense of what Bitcoin Cash is about, who's behind it. Masses don't know who's behind Bitcoin Cash. It's an opportunity, and it's a once in 3 lifetimes opportunity where we are. And then you throw in the fact that we can be here and help to educate one another and encourage each other through it. When has that ever taken place in the traditional space? That has not ever happened. So we're in a very, very unique spot. And again, I hope for you and your family every single day, for you, it is a heads up, shoulders back moment. I hope that you walk that way. I hope that you talk that way. Because that's what it is for you. You're blessed, really, really blessed. XRP number one, seen the new Microsoft patent for a proof of work crypto custody using body. I didn't see the patent. I read the article that they were looking to do it. Weird is a good way of putting it. I penned a message when I did the video on that. Do you think that's a great idea, or what's your kind of feelings on that idea? GeoXRP is like totally weird, right? What is that going to look like? Bitcoin Ben actually covered that on a video this morning, and he called it, attention, right? It's the currency is basically like a basic attention token. But I do think in its labor, right? It's a different way to mine crypto because it's going to be based on people and their data and what they basically. If you got something on your finger, right? You know how you take your temperature, your pulse, and your finger, and then you're just going to ask you to sit there and solve problems or challenges, and that's going to help with mining digital assets. Is an interesting thing, and it's something that I think that Microsoft and people like Bill Gates knew what was coming, and it's just a change in labor. It's a change in labor, without question. The George Soroses of the world, the billionaires of the world, They know the stuff ahead of the masses, and they understand that labor is changing, and which is why I was going to do a video about old money doesn't want you to win, because look, old money understands a couple of things. Number one, prior to this new asset class, the digital asset space, they need labor, right? There's no sense in them owning a bunch of stuff if they got no one to work in the stuff that they own, right? So they need labor. But they've also realized that with this new asset class, it's going to be a different game. What is going to be the labor? What is that labor going to look like? And, you know, attention is one of them. I don't think it's the only one, but attention is one of them. Energy is going to play a big role in what we do moving forward. And how can that involve? What they're looking at is how can that involve humans? That's the labor. Where the labor? How can that involve? How can they be involved in that? Right? How can they be involved in that? And when you think about what advancing technology has done for labor, and what I mean by that is with YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and those different type of technologies, that's changed the labor workforce. Because never in the history of man has a 14-year-old been able to go out and make millions and millions of dollars a year, and hasn't even entered into the labor workforce, right? That's never been, that wasn't possible before, but today it is. And more people are realizing that they can create significant amount of money, or they can just create cash flows, right? And not have to be out in laboring, which in other words is trading their time for dollars, right? And so, old money is adjusting, and they're trying to figure out what that's going to look like going further, right? Going further. And, we do this channel so that we can educate the family about, that you have other options, and one of them is digital assets. It's just important to understand that that's just one of them, right? It's one of them. So, absolutely. Good to see you in the building, Nunja BZ. What's up, my friend? Hey, Siege, bringing broader perspective as always. Good point. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Ninja. I appreciate that. Big time. The Crypto Caveman is in the building, y'all. What's going on, the Crypto Caveman? Guys got a great conversation going on here. Yeah, so that Microsoft thing is very, very interesting, to say the least. Let me go over this article with you guys. By the way, any of you guys are familiar with either the Dojo Argentino or the Kano Corso dogs? Please let me know. Looking into getting some of those. The Kano Corso and or the Dojo Argentino. All right, let me change this view. I'm going to go over this article because, again, this is kind of where we're going. So I think it was significant. It's important to cover this. Because, again, South Korea is just, South Korea is not, small player in this space. They're a massive player in the digital asset space. Guys, do me a favor. If you haven't had a chance yet to smash the like on the way in, just collapse the chat real quick. Go smash the like. If you haven't had a chance to sub to the channel, please do that. And ring the notification bell if you're enjoying content, if you're enjoying the hangout. All right, so South Korea's largest bank launched a crypto custodial service. This is from Cointelegraph. Major South Korean bank, KB Kookmin Bank. Now, is that a Ripple partnership in some way, shape, form, or fashion? Please let me know. Windmill it, do you know? Is expected to launch a cryptocurrency custody service in the near future. According to a report from a local news outlet, Digital Today, on March 27th, the bank filed a trademark application for KBDAC, referring to a proposed digital asset custody subsidiary at the end of January of 2020. The KBDAC trademark application for crypto-related industries In the application, the Korean Intellectual Property Office, the bank expresses its desire to trademark KBDAC in over 20 areas, all relating to the cryptocurrency industry. These include trading, consultation, and management of digital assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. It also specifies virtual asset consignment, settlement, and transactions with fiat currency. The range of industry areas covered has led to speculation that KB Cookman Bank is launching a subsidiary brand to offer financial services and products that receive and manage virtual assets in investment funds. The digital asset custody moniker provides a thread linking all of these services. Based on previous trademark applications by the bank, it is expected that the new subsidiary could launch as soon as H1 2020. H1 2020. As Adam Rig partnerships come to fruition, is this a new thing? As Cointelegraph reported last June, KB Cookman Bank partnered with Adam Rig Labs to explore digital asset management and protection solutions. The KB Cookman Bank has been proactive in its approach to blockchain technology. In a statement last October, it professed its belief in the spectrum of benefits it could bring to the financial services industry and its intention to integrate blockchain technology into its internal processes. So guys, the thing that I love about this is that banks are moving forward big time. And what this is doing for the medium and smaller banks is it gives them a chance to be front runners in a new asset class, right? And no longer beholden to these larger banks, whether it be the top 5 or top 8 banks. And I love that, because that's what advancing technology does. It gives everyone a chance. To win, right? And I like the fact that it's, they're no longer having to be beholden to these larger banks, which is massive. Because again, I don't blame all the banks. I blame the top 5 who knew they were in a situation where they can manipulate, the other 99% of the banks. And the other 99% of the banks, they have to pivot because they're being charged just to be in the game. Just to be in the game, they're being charged. So where do you think they're going to put those costs? Are they a Ripple partner or some way, shape, form, or fashion? Is the Cookman Bank a partner with Mullet in terms of ODL or just a Ripple partner? I know Ripple was doing something with a couple of banks, financial institutions in Korea. I just couldn't remember the names. Let me change the view. Someone had a comment about the Dogo Argentino. I want to see what's up with that. Like, I want to know if someone has one, owns one, knows breeders, that type of deal. Because we're going to get a couple of spots here. And one is going to be in the mountains. Miss Crypto Siege loves being out in the mountains. So I want to get some dogs that are accustomed to dealing with animals. Let's put it to you that way. XRP number 1 says, is KB not connected to SBI somehow? Not sure. I don't remember. XRP number 1. TJ Jackson, what's going on, bro? Good to see you on the stream. Sway Z is in the building. What's up, Sway Z? Good to see you, my dude. You had XRP gal. You had a dog. You have a dog that was genetically tested and found out he was a dogo. Really? How about that? Bully pit, crypto delivery. Miss Crypto Siege does. She's not a fan. I've had pits before, not bullies, but so I want to get one, a larger dog and get it trained, protection, but kind of natural animal instinct. Because you get some dogs, like they're protection dogs for people, but when it comes to animals, not so much, not so much. And so that's what I want. XRP Gal says they are headstrong dogs, though. You must be thoroughly familiar with training such dogs in order to own one. They tend to want to be the boss. Yeah, yeah. So I've had Rottweilers, and I've had pit bulls, and I've had both a couple of types of pit bulls. So and I'm big on training, but I've never done protection training, right? So that's what I'm looking to do, not do personally. That's what I'm looking to have done is protection training. So yeah, so I was really big in training, the traditional trainings. And I enjoyed that, and I had the larger dogs, right? So Rottweilers are very much, they want to know, are you in charge or am I in charge, right? So I mean, obviously there's 2 or 3 ways to kind of let that happen and get them to understand it, because they want to know. They're pack animals, so they want to know who's leading the pack, and so they will challenge you. So I had to teach my daughter and my son, my special needs son, how to do that, right? So just to let the dogs know. So I'm very familiar with how that goes. It doesn't take much to let them know who's the leader, right? There's certain things you got to do, and to do that, right? Because there's certain things they respect, like body weight and strength, right? These are things that they respect, but you got to let them know kind of what that looks like. So, but Miss Crypto Siege is not familiar with that at all. So, so when Melo, you said that Crypto Siege Ripple website has no info on KB Cookman Bank. Okay, good. I may check out XRP Arcade and see if he has some kind of info on some kind of partnerships. I do know that Ripple has done some things in South Korea. I didn't know if it was with banks. New Hampshire, huh? If all goes well and XRP goes in our favor, I'll be getting myself a husky and a golden retriever. Interesting. In my New Hampshire house in the woods. I hear you, bro. I hear you. I hear that. What's DDK9 crypto delivery? Is that a good training spot? Is we won't have large dogs. I'm not a big fan of having untrained large dogs. Just it's not a good look. Just not. So I've always trained my dogs, but it's been a while. But I've never done the protection training. And if we're gonna do a mountain place, the city's different, right? Right. I mean, if you're in the city, rural areas, I mean that's a lot. But if you were talking about getting into mountains, now you're talking about the mountain lions or cats or whatever they call themselves. You're talking bears, right? All these different type of things. And my experience is that dogs, they can react completely different with an animal than they will with people. And so I want to make sure that we have a breed that is comfortable in animals, with animals, protection from animals, and naturally. And I know the Dogo is one of those. I don't know if the Cane Corso is, but I know that the Dogo is, without question. So XRP Gal, you say you have a Dogo. That's awesome. XRP Gal said he's actually not that big, about 90 pounds, but he has a bark that sounds like a 400-pound monster. No one will deliver to the house anymore. That's hilarious. That's hilarious, right? And if it's a Dogo, they have a very much a natural animal hunting, animal, they're not afraid in the animal type thing, right? I mean, and they will go down, protecting their family from animals. And so that's hugely important for us. Yeah, I've looked into the Turkish Kango too, Dubian too. Looked into them as well. Interesting breed, I gotta tell you. But I don't know if that initially we can do the Kango because I'm trying to get her to just even get a dog, period. And the Kango is some work, right? It's some work. Yeah, so absolutely, yeah, it's very, yeah. DDK9, I'll look that up. Crypto delivery for sure. But yeah, that's what I'm kind of. A pit bull will die for. Oh yeah, pit bull will die for you. Absolutely, yeah. They sure will. Without question, a pit bull will die for you. Yeah, that's just without question. I had the Staffordshires. Some people call them Staffordshires. I had the Staffordshires. Absolutely love them. Absolutely love them. Of course, never animal situations. So I don't know how they would, how they would react in an animal situation. Bears, lions. I don't know, but I know one thing: pit bulls. They're very they are very protective of their family. Very protective. Ah, extra peak out. Interesting. Extra peak out share something. My property is fairly isolated and I'm on 3 acres. About 6 months ago, my dogo saved me from a home invasion. How about that? Yeah. Yeah. How about that? Good for you. Yeah. The dogos, listen, they got a lot of great attributes to them. I just gotta, just gotta be honest. I'm a little on the bias side, because I like the animal part of them in terms of protection. I like that. Um, I've been doing research for about 9 months now, on the family aspect. We don't have kids. Kids. I mean, my teenagers. She's 18 and she'll be out of the house soon, and that type of thing. It's the older kids. They're all, they're adults and moved on. But I do. The dogo is very good with kids and around kids. And again, it's a natural instinct in terms of animals protecting from animals. So yes, that's good to see. So they protected you from a home invasion. Wow. Wow. Yeah. I'm not sure if a human. I'm not sure if a human is. Hmm, that's not going to be a good. That's not going to be a good outcome. Messing with the dogo. They have a They have a brutal bite. I'm telling you. Just yeah, yeah, yeah. They don't like to let go. That's the other thing too. They're not big on the let go. And they got that. Since they're so in instinct with animals, they got the prowling, the chasing, the preying on it, cornering, and they're very good moving maneuverly as well. So you're trying to, a human and a dogo, yeah, not so much, right? Not so much, because you can defend yourself against certain dogs if you know what you're doing, because they don't have uh, like a very good competition or combative posture and athleticism about them. Or then there's stalk a prey, keep a prey, corner. Um, some dogs, all they do is they just bite to defend themselves. Where a dogos maneuver, they maneuver around to protect themselves. Very, very um, sharp, very, very sharp in that regard. So there's just some things you're not going to be able to do as a human against a dogo, that you can do. You can do with a Rottweiler, um, or even a German Shepherd, um, because they don't have the same that animal instinct. That animal battle is a different thing. Let's put it that way. All right, thank you, Wimella. Finding no link between Atmos Rigs Labs and Ripple either. Gotcha. Thank you. Yeah, Timberwolf. Yeah, so we're going to look into that. I'm probably going to end up doing a Kano Corso and a Dogo Argentino. Two dogs. Probably going to end up doing that. And and this is in for the mountain spot, that type of deal. See how it goes climate wise, how it's gonna look, what that's gonna look like. I don't want to get a breed that's too, kind of too dependent on one type of climate and can't adapt to a colder climate. So we'll see. In any case, I've been rambling on long enough about my dog situation. So what's up? What's going on with Bitwise? Bitwise looking to put together an index fund and making it available. First of all, the fund is going to consist of digital assets, and then they're going to make it available to the retail market. That's great news. I got to tell you, that's great news. The Bitwise is looking to do that. I saw something too that they withdrew their Bitcoin ETF. Mr. T with the 9 mil sounds good too. Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna have to, especially with the Dogo, you're trying to ward it off yourself. Not gonna work. Not going to work. Crypto lovers, so you need a lion. So yeah, so that's kind of the deal there for training. Oh, so it is. So DDK9. Okay, thank you, Crypto Liberty. I'm going to look into that because I think the trainers also know and they have they have a better knowledge about the breed and how the breed how to respond and how to react to stuff, and that's what we're gonna mainly look at. Okay, XRP number one says, I thought major banks such as South Korea's top banks, KB Kookmin Bank, and Japan's SBI Holdings have been working with Ripple to conduct pilot tests. Okay, maybe that's what it is. I know I saw something about South Korean banks, so. Rhett Aura is in the building. How are you, my friend? I don't think I've seen you. What does that RET stand for? XRP did 2 billion pump in mid-February and mid-March with a big shakeout after each. That combined with the top 2% of XRP account holders accumulating massive amounts is promising. It certainly is. It really is. And when the bigger wallets are going up and to the right, that's a significant sign of what's going on. Because the big wallets, the $5 million plus, they're not here for some short term thing. They're here for long term, and they completely get it, right? DDK9 is located in upstate New York too. Oh, they are. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, the Dogos, like, they're great with kids. XRP, yeah, they really are. They're great, very very patient, very very patient with the kids as well. It's just a very natural. German Shepherds are the same way, just very very natural around families. I'm not sure about German Shepherds and animals. Miss Crypto Siege was kind of not on the hair thing, but. So we'll see. But yeah, love the Dogos. Absolutely love them. So let me go over this article with you guys, because I think this is important to see kind of where we're going as a space. Where is this digital asset space is going? I got this article. I think this was from Yahoo Finance. I believe this to be Yahoo Finance. We did this article. Make sure that changed. That's right, XRP number one. Most banks, we're gonna find that out. I've been working with Ripple. Exactly. Listen, I think there's zero doubt that we will be proven right in the end. That our thoughts, our speculations of what we see and how massive Ripple and what they're looking to do is. And when you think about the fact that Ripple as a company continues to prove out more use cases, whether it be via Spring or otherwise, for XRP. You get that that's their goal. The ultimate goal is more use cases for XRP. And when you think about the Amazon in the digital asset space, they want to become the Amazon in the digital asset space. I think it's important to note. And just like Amazon started in books, Ripple is started obviously in cross-border payments, but that is certainly not all they will be doing. So utility of XRP is zeroed out. We're getting there one way or the other. We're getting there because of its liquidity factor, or we're getting there because of its utility factor. One or the other, we're going to get there. Either way, we're going to get there, and that's what's exciting. XRP Gal says, I'm surprised and a bit disappointed that iTrust didn't do it first. Did iTrust didn't do what, XRP Gal? Oh, just found that R3 is working with KB Bank as well, so we're covered on all angles. Yeah, we are. I really do feel as though there's going to be a move by Ripple on R3. I really feel like that. We'll see. But I really do feel like that's going to happen. Because in essence, it's a competition. I mean, competition. They're looking to do the same things that Ripple do. So here, let me go over this article with you guys. Bitwise looks to retail market for its crypto index fund. So Bitwise has revealed a plan to soon let retail investors trade its large cap index product. The asset manager told CoinDesk Friday that it's working to list shares of its Bitwise 10 index fund on OTCQX, an alternative trading system regulated by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. If approved, retail investors and advisors would be able to trade the fund on popular platforms, including Charles Schwab and TD Ameritrade. So listen, traditional spaces like that, looking to market or trade, if you will, an index fund that is made up of digital asset just proves that this is where we're going and this is where we're moving forward, right? But again, for us, having first movers advantage, we can move faster, but we can also move properly, right? Understanding, again, what things like Ethereum Classic and EOS are all about and not having to be educated about it. It's a huge advantage for us. So the company has several steps before it can begin trading. The first is an announcement to current shareholders, Horsley said, which occurred on Friday. Awesome. Bitwise will also have to publish public disclosures in accordance with the ATS reporting standards and have a market maker file a Form 211 with FINRA. Once FINRA approves the Form 211, trading can commence. We expect approval for trading in the second half of 2020, Horsley said. It'll take, you're talking about an index funds. You would think that that's what you're talking about, XRP Gal. Okay, gotcha. We expect approval for trading in the second half of 2020. I believe that's what you said. I'll check here in a second. It'll take a number of months for trading to commence. Okay. He likened the process to Grayscale Investments' Bitcoin Trust product, which already trades on the OTCQX. Grayscale currently lists shares of its digital large cap fund, Ethereum Trust and Ethereum Classic Trust, on the platform. Like the Grayscale large cap fund, the Bitwise 10 index fund is a diversified one. Horsley noted it holds assets representing 85% of the crypto market capitalization. And that's the other key as well. It's going to be these index funds made up of digital assets, just like in the traditional space, will just be a form of diversification, right? So we're going to have some of our money in the digital and index funds made up of digital assets. We'll have some of our digital assets on platforms like Celsius, in my humble opinion, where you can earn interest, and not only earn interest, but earn interest on your interest, right? We're moving into, we'll take some of these traditional products and incorporate them and have them be made up of digital assets, right? So like the Grayscale, I said that already. It has a formal public methodology, has governance, both a committee and an advisory board. Interesting. And it's designed with several rules to screen and handle the nuances of the crypto space. So look at that. How about that? They're taking the kind of like the decentralized model, if you will, and putting it into this particular product, which is the Bitwise 10 index fund. Very cool. I like that. Smart. The fund includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. Interesting that Litecoin's not in there. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash. Oh, there it is. There it is. Litecoin, EOS, Tezos, Stellar Lumens, Cardano, and Ethereum Classic. So growing interest in this type of product is growing, Hunter said, adding that Bitwise is holding some 2,000 calls per month, 2,000 calls a month with advisors. According to a survey Bitwise published earlier this year, 72% of advisors said that their clients were asking about crypto. About 6% of respondents already allocate funds to digital assets. How about that? And this figure is set to double by the end of the year, Horsley said. Nor does he see the current economic downturn due to the beer cold outbreak to be a major concern. Still, he noted that during a panic, everything can happen. Further on, Horsley said he hopes to list a potential ETF. I thought that was true. A product several companies have attempted to get approval from before. Bitcoin exchange traded fund alongside the index fund. So we'll continue to work on the Bitcoin ETF. So the index fund here would exist alongside a future as another option, he said. So again, guys, for me, this is just further proof that this is where we're moving. This will become, the digital asset space will become recognized as a new asset class. A new asset class. When Mullet says Bitwise 10 fund, BTC 77%, ETH 9, XRP 5%. Gotcha. And soon, says CJ Jackson, without question, it's going to happen sooner than when most people expect it to happen. Well, so for me, when Mullet, right, that would be an opportunity for us to diversify our digital assets, our earnings, money, fiat, whatever you want to call it, into something like this Bitwise ETF. But it's going to be, there'll be other things like, I don't know how Kava is going to work and what that's going to look like, but certainly Celsius is another thing as well to diversify in. But I just think for us, knowing about these products now and not having to rely on financial planners to educate us is going to be huge for us, because we'll be educating them. Right, we'll be educating them on the products, right? They won't be educating us. So that's exactly what they said in the article is too. And Mullet sounds a lot like Grayscale large cap crypto fund. Exactly. But Grayscale is not opening things up. Well, are they? Because I thought that the DAI said that he was in one of Grayscale's products. Not sure. I thought he said that, but I didn't know if I didn't think there was anything for retail people yet. But I thought that DAI said he was in one of Grayscale's products. So somebody's making Chinese style chicken wings. I want some. XRP Gal, was it you or was it Dion that said that you were a big Ozark fan? John Stoops, anybody care to guess when the beer cold may pass? A lot cheaper, when Mullet? Are you certain about that? When Mullet says we can do a crypto IRA and Schwab a lot cheaper than iTrust, are you certain about that, bro? Because a lot cheaper is That's a big phrase right there. Now, I know iTrust is doing a lot better than some of the other ones in terms of fees, but you said a lot cheaper? Please share with Mullet. So was that you, XRP Gal? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it does, XRP Gal. That's why they're able to list it, because they know it's not a security. The fund, okay. So I was right. Okay, you were talking about the fund. Yeah. You don't think Schwab charges a monthly fee? Okay, cool. I'm thinking, I think it's a good move to kind of start a Roth IRA now, especially when they're talking. Most of them is no kind of, you can start with a kind of start now with $100, $500, and kind of get that started. Because the whole idea for me, cashing out my digital assets and then rebuying them into something is, yeah, I don't know about that. Unless, I knew for a fact that I could do something now and buy a significant amount more at less than 10 cents. But I don't know that. John Stoops, it's good to see you in the building, my friend. So, I mean, again, for us guys, knowing that this is where places like Bitwise and what South Korea is doing, and for us to be early adopters in this new asset class that is the digital asset space, it's just a blessing to be to have. We do, in fact, have first movers advantage on our side, and that is exciting. I got to tell you, that is exciting to see. But yeah, XRP guy, I think I thought it was you who talked about Ozark. Yeah, we went through Ozark the season already. It's done. It's over. We went through that. Charles Schwab has a crypto IRA. I didn't even know they did. That's interesting to know. And it would be, I don't know. What if it is? What if they are a lot cheaper than iTrust? Yeah. So I have to look at that. I didn't know they had one. TJ Jackson says the BIS says the last mile needs to be bridged. Yes, I remember them saying that. We're good as XRP Hollow. I can guarantee that. Again, for me, whether it be a price set, whether it be utility, with Ripple is, with all the use cases that they're trying to, that they're building out, whether it be Forte, whether it be all the things going on with Spring or what Spring is doing, they're building a case for utility. They're building a portfolio of utility, or whether it's just the liquidity crisis that is going on. Right? What did I have it? So it's liquidity via the crisis, whether it be utility with Ripple building out the things that they're building, or the price set. All of those are great things for us, and they're adding up in terms of being an XRP hodler. I mean, by placing crypto funds in your IRA, gotcha. So, the Roth IRA, taxes up front, if you can start it at, a certain, where there's no minimum to get started, I think those are cool. I don't know about the fees. I have not looked at the Schwab. I've only looked at iTrust a little bit. So I have to do some comparison, kind of do some homework and bring it to you guys. I know XRP Gal has used, she rolled hers over into iTrust. But I didn't compare. I have not compared fees. I just would have thought, well, I did. I compared the fees with iTrust and others in the digital asset space, not like the traditional Charles Schwab or any of those in terms of fees. And iTrust had the lower fees with the, as it relates to maybe a perpetual assets or or the, the Bitcoin IRAs and those type of things. You think so? Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool to know, to find out about that one, Mullet. Exactly, XRP Lava. That, in the end, that's the bottom line. What would be the sense in being in the money making business and then not use a cheaper, better, faster tool? That's exactly right. And in the end, that is what it is. And I get sometimes it's hard to wrap our brains around the fact that Mnuchin is meeting with Brad Garlinghouse, that the former head of the IMF, Christine Lagarde, is meeting with Brad Garlinghouse. I know I get it's hard to kind of wrap your brain around. Ripple, the company working with all the significant major banks. I get it. It's hard to wrap your brain around the ILP and the XRPL and all the different things that ledger can do. I get it, but it is a fact. It is a fact. The interledger protocol. I mean, Link's cool. I get Link. I get it. It's cool. I get it. I do. It's just not the ILP. It's just not the XRPL. And first movers advantage is a real thing. And relationships with regulators is a real thing. And real partnerships is a real thing. And Google Ventures is a real thing. And they're not investing just for no reason. And Link may have a place in the space because every Google has to have a Yahoo. But there's just no doubt in my mind, personally, that Ripple is the Google and the Amazon in the digital asset space. Oh yeah, eventually that's going to happen. Yes, eventually brokers will sell crypto, then we can trade in an IRA within the broker. I would guess. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm trying to look as best I can into being able to save on taxes. Kind of going forward. I think it's going to be a very important thing to do. But I definitely want to, if it's the Roth IRA where people have to start, that's where people are going to have to start, kind of get that started, especially if you're only in your 30s, right? If you're only in your 30s or 40s, you're going to get that started now, because again, that stuff is going to be purchase tax free and, all of that kind of different stuff like that. When you cash out, perhaps no tax or either tax free or tax deferred, it's a big deal. It really is, especially if you're in a position to do something in your 30s or 40s where you can get that started and take advantage of that. Now, the other part of it is, I believe that once you're earning interest on your interest, when you're earning money on your money, that's going to be a great spot to be. I like the idea of, that 7, 8, 9% in USDC and just living off the interest. I really like that. Yeah, exactly. We'll be there without question. GeoXRP says it's hard to wrap your head around all that XRP offers, and it's not being utilized just yet, especially during these times. Yeah, it is, absolutely. And I think it is being utilized. I think it's just not publicly being utilized yet, because the proof of concepts, with all these different NDAs, it's just really ultimately a matter of time. Because again, what we like to say, right? We say ILP, XRPL, ODL, XRP. Just pick one. Just pick one. Because in the end, the global economic crisis has zero patience and waits on no one. The liquidity challenge is not a US of A thing. It is a global thing. And it has been acknowledged publicly that the greatest liquidity out there right now is XRP. That has been acknowledged, said publicly. It holds the greatest liquidity. So you got liquidity as a factor. You got utility that Ripple continues to build out, right? Because these are things that the utility is a thing that they can control, right? They can get out there can do Spring and acquire companies like Logos. They can do the things what they're doing with Forte, right? So the utility, Vitse Vin can go out and do his thing and prove more utility cases, right? You still have the price set as a factor that can still be done in the space. That's still out there as well. Liquidity, utility, price set, all three of those things. It's just a matter of when they're going to decide to do it. But Ripple, in terms of utility, is just going out there and proving more and more of his case. And the greater utility that it builds out and prove in use cases, the more the world will be able to say, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. So when Mnuchin or Powell or Clayton or the Dono, when they say the good old USFA company, and they start talking private-public partnerships, whatever that's going to look like, when Ripple is announced, because they're going to be, it's not like it's going to be a press conference held, but the fact that the private partnerships that keeps being played out is going to happen. It's going to happen one way or another. The ILP, the XRP Ledger, the greatest digital asset, XRP, it will be used. It's just how and when. And then you throw in the fact that the IMF and what they're looking to do with their SCR and what that's going to look like, whether XRP is it or it's the collateral asset behind it. Again, it's another thing that puts our holdings, our asset in the mix in this new financial system. So, you could talk ODL, you could talk X current, you could talk greatest digital asset ever created. All of these things are out there. It's just a matter of when. And so as long as we hold on to the fundamentals, as long as we hold on and understand the use cases and continue to support each other and helps strengthen each other's resolve, it's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's not a matter of when, it's a matter of how big is it going to get. And again, if that price set is the thing, who's going to argue with the NASDAQ? Because I believe the NASDAQ and their liquidity index is going to be a real thing. I really, really do. No one's going to argue with them. The masses won't even get it. Oh, XRP's at 1,000. Oh, okay. What's XRP? The masses aren't going to get it, right? Your neighbor's not going to know that you hold the digital asset now that has been price set at 3 or 4 figures. They're not going to know. They're not going to understand. They're not going to get it. We're in a blessed spot. And I think that's the thing that we got to really, really take in, really, really accept that we're early in this game, right? We're early in the game. Listen, when gold came out, there were some people that knew about gold, and then there was the vast majority that didn't know. When oil began to do its thing, there was a small majority that knew about it, and it was the vast majority that didn't know. They weren't in the game. They didn't have first movers advantage. And digital assets is that next thing, a new asset class where a few people know. Trust me when I tell you, there's only a few people globally that know about digital assets. And we're in that few. It's a cool spot to be. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up this video like I do on my videos. Thank you so much for hanging out today, guys. XRP Lava and John Stoops, XRP #1. Definitely appreciate you being here. Win Mullet, as always, thanks for hanging and supporting the channel in all the ways that you do, brother. I definitely appreciate that. GeoXRP Ninja, appreciate you being here. 416 Crypto, good to see you in the bank. Getting 50 plus governments to coordinate takes time. Exactly, 416 Crypto. Great point. Appreciate you being here, brother. XRP Gal, thanks for hanging out. TJ Jackson, as always, thanks for hanging, bro. Who else? Did I miss anyone? John Stoops, thanks for hanging today, my friend. XRP Gal, I said that. John, yeah, I did that. XRP #1, thanks for hanging out today, my friend. RETR, appreciate you hanging in the stream today. I know there was some people early on. Crypto Delivery, thanks so much for hanging out. Always cool to see you in the stream. Legendary, appreciate you hanging out today, bro. Edward Benson, I didn't see you check in. Good to see you. Dubian2, as always, appreciate you being here, bro. Swayze, thanks for hanging out, my dude. Those are friendly, territorial. Good idea to have joint and glucose semen supplements once they're 6 years old for hips. Oh, okay, cool. High weight bearing. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. We'll talk more about that too, because I'm leaning more so towards the oh, you're saying the Kano courses. Okay. Good. That's good to know. Because they look very, very protective, instinctually and otherwise. And I want to get them trained, but I want to get that animal one as well, that animal instinct one as well. So, all right, guys. Look, Gaming Crypto, thank you so much for hanging out today. I appreciate Crypto Don One. I missed you checking in, brother. Appreciate you hanging out today as well. All right, guys. Listen, I'm going to wrap up the stream like I do all my streams to remind you of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.